Today on this old house, it's time to build a table out of wood that was underwater for hundreds of years.
It's gonna be beautiful.
It is already beautiful.
It looks like ductwork chaos, but it's all about being cool.
What happened to all this plumbing here?
I've never seen anything like this before. There's already rot going on in that trunk.
So what have you found up here?
Well, a bit of a surprise.
It's really the classic plumber's lament.
Nice. Here is right on.
Ooh, and the smell just changed.
That's back guano.
Oh, lovely.
Now it's your turn to save it for the next generation.
The money's in the detail.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Hi there, I'm Kevin O'Connor, and welcome back to This Old House here in Charleston, South Carolina, where we are working on two projects. This is one of them right here. This is what they call a Charleston single, and it is a signature style house here in the city. One room wide, really long, and on this side it has this two-story piazza, as they call it. That really helps with the heat in the hot summers. And as you can see, there are people everywhere because we are trying to get this thing wrapped up and the homeowners moved in just a week. Hey, good morning, Roger.
Morning, Kev. Beautiful day.
Beautiful yard. And we've got a couple projects going on here in the backyard. One of them comes to us from our friends at the American College of the Building Arts. Good morning, Tommy. Hey, Bruno. Good to see you again.
How are you?
All right.
Remember, we visited Bruno's shop, and he pre-made this pergola for us.
Well, this thing is a beauty. So all timber frame, right?
All timber frame, yeah. If you remember, we had all this pre-assembled in our shop. There's tenons inside here. We pre-drilled, make sure everything fit, and now we come on site. We actually assemble it all and drive all the pegs in, and that locks it all together.
Look how beefy this thing is.
So I was asking him how he was going to hold this thing up into the ground, and he was showing me this bracket here that's really cool.
So yeah, you can see here, first we put a threaded rod that's epoxied in the concrete below the brick, and then we have this part that's screwed onto it, and finally we have this expansion bolt where you just, when you screw it together, there's two wedges, opposite wedges, pushing it apart, and it keeps everything down into place.
Cool. I love
Yeah,
it. And
I
that's
do.
all it takes.
That's all it takes, but now we got to lift it up.
All right.
Keep going up. Yep, you're good. All right, coming down together, guys. All right, coming down. All right, good, we're down.
Great job, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for the help.
All right, Tommy, I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to check in with Roger, see what else we got going on in the backyard.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you, Bruno.
Thank you.
So you got most of the plants in place already.
Right, we
Roger,
planted probably
Glenn,
90% of
very
everything.
impressed with the amount of progress you guys have made so far. This is looking terrific.
All the hardscapes in, the plant material's almost all in and looking great. And behind you, the pool is in place.
And thank you, Glenn. We've got a terrific plan from you guys.
Yeah, guys have been working really, really hard, and we just have a few hydrangeas left to put in. Most of the plants have already been installed this week.
All right, well, I cannot wait to see it finished.
Where the hydrangea going?
The hydrangea goes right down here beside these Fatsias and Ligularia.
And that's what Chris is going to do for us now?
Exactly. Right there, Chris, is about where it goes.
What kind of hydrangea is it?
It's an endless summer, which is the variety that reblooms here.
Yeah, we grow it at home too, so it's a good one.
It's a really tolerant, dependable variety. You see the drip irrigation tubing, we have drip tubing to each plant as well. It saves on water and helps with the water bills as well.
Pretty essential down here with the amount of heat you have.
Right.
When he plants this, does he add any fertilizer?
Yeah, so we put mushroom compost below in the hole of every single plant that gets planted.
Mushroom compost. I've never worked with that before.
No, it's really great.
And I really like that he's taking care to make the hole twice as wide as the ball he's going to put in it.
Right, that is the general rule that we follow.
Makes the plants grow.
Right.
Do you use any chemicals or fertilizer?
You know, everything gets a slow release fertilizer when it's installed, but we're also depending on the nutrients in the compost and the soil.
You need some more soil? So we got this one and then two more to go?
Right, we have two more of these hydrangeas left.
Another one?
One more of those. Thank you.
Water, nice layer of mulch on the top.
The irrigation line running right beside the plant.
Well, let's go get the other one.
Want to tackle all your home improvement projects with confidence? Join This Old House Insider, a new streaming service from This Old House, the iconic Emmy-winning series that inspired a generation of home enthusiasts. Stream over 1,000 episodes of This Old House and Ask This Old House commercial-free. Watch it all in the This Old House app and join live online Q&As with our experts. Best of all, you can try Insider free for 7 days. To join, go to thisoldhousemembership.com.
Simple wiring jobs are going by the wayside in these old restorations because we have so many smart devices in our homes. And at our Idea House in Rhode Island, Ross Trethewey is looking at the latest technology for the house.
There is plenty of smart home technology installed at our Idea House here in Rhode Island, and today we're going to explore some of those systems. Jeff Sweener, our builder, installed many of them. Hey Jeff.
Hey Russ.
So you have a lot of smart home technology here. Looking at a smart thermostat. Tell me about it.
Yep, so this thermostat has two unique things that are unique to the industry. One of them is the voice command control.
Wow.
So I can use my phone and just say, hey Siri, please set the temperature to 70 degrees in the living room.
Okay, I set the living room to about 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
The other neat feature is on your tablet, you can actually monitor the performance of each and every zone in the house.
So I'm looking at indoor temperature, outdoor temperature, relative humidity, indoor and outdoor, and I'm looking at the performance of the system over time.
Exactly.
Wow. And will it alert me if I have an issue?
Absolutely. That's the best part. If there's ever a problem with any of the zones in the house, it'll send you a text or an email.
Wow, we're really ratcheting up a notch here.
Absolutely.
Smart security?
Yep, let me show you.
All right.
So Ross, here's the alarm system. Traditional alarm system that we can control through our phones remotely. We've got electronic deadbolts, pet friendly. And what I like most about it, for a house that's the beach house where it may not be occupied all year, we've got water sensors under the water heater and both washing machines. And we have a low temperature alarm.
I mean, I really love that. The peace of mind to know that you get your temperature and water covered on a house that gets sporadic use.
Exactly.
It's very important.
Exactly.
And I heard there's smart lighting?
Yeah, show in the kitchen.
Okay.
So Ross, in a room this open, we used to have to put 3-ways and 4-way switching on the walls. And then we only had one location for the dimmer. Now we have a lighting control system which you can access at every point on the switch, and it's got dimming control for each and every device.
So you don't have one dimmer anymore that you have to always go back to. Any of the switches have a dimming capability. Okay, cool.
Now the other thing we have is we can put it on a remote. We can set up anywhere in the room, and we can use our phone. So I can set it up manually or through voice command.
What I love about that is that you can control from anywhere in the world if you get the phone control.
That's exactly.
And also with the smart speaker.
Exactly. What I really like is the ability to combine different lights together and create different scenes. So for instance, if we're cooking, we want all the lights as bright as possible. But when it comes time to dining, we want to dim the lights and create a different atmosphere.
What about coming home at night?
We can set the system up so that we can be 5 minutes away, remotely on our phone. We can light up the pathway right through the house.
Yep, and the random scheduling I heard?
Yep, so if you're away on vacation, you don't want anyone to figure that out, we can let the lights control it, random pattern.
You're changing the time that you turn them on and off. Wow, that's
Fool
really
anybody.
cool. And that's not all it can do, right?
No.
I heard this one more thing?
Yeah, let me show you.
All right.
So I can control the lights just like we did in the kitchen. But what's really neat, with the same system, we can control the shades.
Wow, automated shades too. Wow, from the same system?
The other thing we can do in here is we can create scenes, create a daytime scene. So in the morning, the lights will go on, the shades will go up. In the evening, we can set a shade down and a lights off.
So I see it's easy to use and easy to operate. What about the installation?
Pretty similar to a traditional system.
Okay. Well, if it's that easy to use and install, I'm taking the remote with me.
It's all right, I can override it on my phone.
It's one smart house.
Now you can watch This Old House and Ask This Old House anytime, anywhere. Download our new app to stream full episodes to your tablet, your TV, and your phone. Binge on classic episodes, catch up on recent renovations, and get step-by-step help projects all around the house. And best of all, it's free. The most trusted home improvement information is now available on your Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, iOS, and Android devices. Download the This Old House streaming app today.
Our kitchen cabinets have arrived on site, and Patrick, our installer, is starting to install them. Patrick, how you doing?
Not bad.
Want to tell me a little bit about the layout here?
Yes, for sure. What we got going on over here, we have base cabinets going from the window here all the way over here to the wall, and basically this section comes out.
Yep.
And it's just storage cabinets at the end.
So just one countertop.
All one countertop.
All right, nice.
Then over here, we're going to have our appliance box, which is the coffee machine at the top here, and we have your steam oven underneath here. Now this gets set back into this opening here.
All the way to the wall.
Almost the whole way, with 5 inches out. And then we'll turn around here and we'll put our wall cabinets up here. Then we'll run with our base cabinets along here.
So all the way across
all
here?
All the way across with our range in the middle
You
here.
got a range here. All right, and I know the hood's going to go right here, and it's going to exhaust right up that chimney.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, and then,
And
what about this wall?
Over here, then, this is the beauty. This is a tall cabinet, and it has the appliances behind the doors. So when you look, it's all flush doors.
Oh, yeah, so anything going up top?
Yes, we have a wall cabinets going up on top, which will tie into this wall cabinet, and they'll all just run across.
And what about the sink?
The sink is going to be here. This is our island where we have a waste bin here, the sink here, and then it's your dishwasher.
So your appliance on this side, yeah?
On that side. On the back side of that, we have more cabinets for more storage.
Ooh, a lot of storage here.
Very, very much so. And then on the top then is the main countertop with the sink with the waterfall edges
That's
inside.
a nice detail.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
now
sir.
these cabinets are European cabinets.
Yes, they
now,
are.
It's a base, nice clean look, low joint here. You have a big space here. Get your fingers in. I take it there's not going to be hardware?
No hardware. We have a channel that goes in there, so it's hardware free.
I see. So I'll be able to put my fingers underneath into that channel and grab the top of the drawer here, and I can grab the bottom of this one on top of that one.
Yes, you can.
I also notice when I look at this, there's no face frame because that's the European style.
Correct.
So this is a little detail that I haven't seen before, this rubber bumper that runs around the inside of all the openings. What's that about?
That's our dust strip that's on our cabinet. It prevents any dust from getting into the cabinet.
I like that detail.
Yes, sir.
All right, so how do you get started?
Okay, so what we're going to do, we start from this point here, we take our level, standard level, and we run it across from to the far side there because of our appliances.
Okay, so then you're going to deal with the appliances and the height here. What are you doing about the height where the island is?
Because we have that big difference in the floor, we're going to continue with the same standard height here from left to right and to the back side.
Okay, so what you're interested in is how the cabinet countertop hits you here. You want to try to have it hit you here.
That is correct.
And
yes.
then the same thing over there.
We'll continue the same level over here with the standard level, run across, you walk up to it the same height.
So it's always nice if you can have the countertops level straight across, but in this case you can't.
In this case, we got too much of a build-up going on.
All right, so how are we getting started?
We're going to start here. We have this one already level, but the main thing now we need is a straight line. So we're going to
Correct. So you're going to straighten this out right. A lot of people don't realize how important it is to have the straight line of those face frames before the countertop
That
goes
is
on.
correct. So what we're going to use here is our builder's line.
Okay, old trusted string. You never go wrong with a string.
Never go wrong.
It never gets bent. All right, so pull it tight.
Pull it tight. Looks good to me, Tommy.
Looks good. All right.
All right, we're ready to anchor.
Okay.
And that should do it.
Okay. You want to check it
the
with
level, please?
Okay. Looks pretty good.
Little good. Yep. Yeah, all right. So we're ready to anchor to the wall now.
All right, good.
Several weeks ago, we took an incredible journey down one of this area's remotest rivers in search of some centuries-old timber because our homeowners asked us to make them a one-of-a-kind dining room table. So our lumberjack, Justin Harrington, put on a scuba tank, dove to the bottom of the Edisto River and found a huge cypress log. Using a makeshift barge, they brought it up to the surface, drifted it downstream, and then trucked it to his sawmill. And once it was cut into slabs, they dried it for several weeks, and then they brought it here. Hey, Justin. Hey, guys. Good to see you again. So this is it, huh? This is our piece of wood that you guys pulled up from the river?
Yes, it is.
Boy, look at that, huh? We don't see that often. You can still see the root flare shape, the part that gave us so much trouble getting it out. You've got the live edge going down on this side, and it is thick, huh? What is that?
It's about 2.5 inches thick.
Well, that is going to be beautiful. All right. So the homeowners and the architect designed a table that would come in 3 pieces, and put one way it would be sort of a half circle, but then you could turn it around and make sort of a serpentine look.
Absolutely.
How are we going to get from this to that shape?
Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to cut off a good bit of this wide slab to get the 24-inch width that they desire.
Okay.
So what we've done here is we've got our first curve marked at 24, and what we're going to do is bring that over here.
From your 1 point.
And if you wouldn't mind, grab that tape and give me a 24-inch mark right across the middle there.
You're good right about there.
That looks good.
And there.
Mark it.
Oh, look at that. Just gives you that perfect little arch right there, huh?
Yes, sir, it does.
And that's your cut line?
That's where we'll cut, and you can see over here, we have one already shaped.
Already looking beautiful.
What we're going to do is just start shaping these edges a little bit. The idea is to follow the grain.
And no rules here, just
your eyes and your hands.
So even though we had to cut away the live edge, this sort of brings it back to that live organic feel right there.
Absolutely.
That is terrific.
So we get it to a certain point, we run it through sander. All right, Kevin, so now we've got this down to 220, and we're going to put a coat of shellac on it, let it dry, and then we will build a finish from there.
So shellac is your weapon of choice here.
This is a traditional finish. I've been using it for hundreds of years. Shellac is actually the exoskeleton of the shellac beetle, which is native to India. And they harvest these exoskeletons, they pound them up, mix it with grain alcohol, and they make a finish. I've been using it for hundreds of years.
Well, you can see the wood is just soaking in that shellac, hence the multiple coats.
It really is, and that's what we like. We like to see that first coat just suck right in. That means we're getting good penetration. This is the first of many coats. We'll probably go 6 or 7, maybe 8 or 9 coats, depending on the fill that we desire.
And so what is the process between coats as you build this up?
Well, between each coat, we'll sand with 320 sandpaper, and then we'll use 4/0 steel wool. That'll flatten it completely before we add the next coat.
Right.
If you want to take a look at what it's going to look like when he's finished.
Oh, Justin, look at this. This is magnificent.
Notice how all the grain just really popped out. This one has 7 coats.
Beautifully smooth, really rich color.
You can just feel.
Yep, love it. And an organic shape, although originally the drawings had a flush cut here, so the 2 pieces could come together. Has there been a change?
Well, we decided that we were going to try and make this pass just to see how the homeowner liked it.
I'm going to try to sell them on it.
We still have some time. I really do hate to hack off that natural live edge.
Right.
That really tells the story where this board came from.
If you do have to cut this off because that's the final decision, is that okay?
That would be fine.
And then just finish it up after that.
We can possibly turn these pieces into something else.
Absolutely spectacular. I cannot wait to see it finished and in the house.
It's going to be beautiful.
It is already beautiful.
Across town at our other project, we're making great progress. A big week here at our project. We finished the rough plumbing and we got plumbing inspections. That's always a turning point. So in the back of our building, we got the kitchen roughed in, we got a full bathroom. But we needed a half bath here on the first floor. So here it is here, and I love what they've picked. They picked a toilet that has the tank into the wall. So that means the bowl hangs here, and that's really going to help us put it back by 10 or 12 inches, leave a little more room here in this half bath. Now, do you remember about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we're here with the challenge of how to get the plumbing down from upstairs without taking away all the structure. So we have to hold this corner. So look what they've done. They've cut this away, run our plumbing, but they've got a perfect header here and here to hold this corner. And they run that right down the outside wall. Up here on the second floor, we've roughed in a washer and dryer off this landing. Here's the dryer to outside. Here's the washer with the vents going right up through the roof. We also finished the HVAC installation here. Now, on our other Charleston project, we had zero space, no place to put the ductwork. So in this case, we've got one big place, and that's the attic right above us, right here. So you ended up with two separate zones, two separate systems, one for the top floor and one for the first floor. Now, on any air handler, you're going to have a return right here, and that's going to pull air back to be heated or cooled. Now, these are gas-fired units, and they're going to come back with heat right here, and they're going to be one of these supply registers for every single room on a particular zone. So we've got two separate air handlers right here, one for the second floor and one for the first. From the second floor air handler, we got to come across and look at it. Here's all the ductwork coming this way, but we still have to get down through the second floor. So here's a couple of supply registers here, boxed in to the first floor, and the same thing happens here at the back corner. Look at this. 3 more of them jammed here, and again, losing all this kind of real estate. I love that they've insulated the ductwork right here. Now with our system, it is actually a heat pump. So the last piece of our installation is to run the refrigerant line sets, the way that we'll get heat in and out of the building right here from the air handlers down to the condensers. And with that, the HVAC, the plumbing, and with electrical inspection, we'll be ready to let them put the finished walls in.
The back third of the house, you may remember, actually came down, and so that has been reframed. This is the kitchen space in here, eating on this side, working sink, island, refrigerator on this side. There's a little arch that's been framed out there. That's just a nice subtle little detail to separate the two rooms. Today, though, we're working on these fireplaces and chimneys. 4 fireplaces, 2 down, 2 up, and the chimneys, we're going to be working on the brick and the mortar. These originally would have been completely covered with plaster and lath and then even stucco right here on the firebox face. Now we're going to leave those exposed, and check out this detail right here. There was a pocket door, and they actually built these chimneys to receive that door right in there. We are going to keep it and replace that, but right now we've got to get to the brick and chimney. Hey Carlos, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
All right, thank you. So how bad was our brick? How bad was our mortar when you got here?
You know, the mortar is really bad. Everything is loose. You see it right here.
Oh yeah.
And the brick is pretty good.
You like the brick? Good shape?
Yeah, it is. I like it.
How far up are you repointing?
All the way up to the roof.
Okay. And so it's dig out the old far back?
Yep.
And that's just mostly gone right there.
Yeah, it is. And I'm gonna redo the stucco and, you know, the boxes to make it looks good.
All right, I won't slow you down.
All right.
So Richard, what do you think? You've looked around?
Well, I don't know, Kevin. I mean, they still need some outside walls, some insulation, some finishes. They have a lot of work to do before Judith gets back in here.
Nothing gets by you, huh?
Can't be fooled.
All right, well, we're making good progress at the other project across the way, so much so that next time our homeowners are going to move in and we are going to wrap that up.
I'm all up for a wrap party.
All right, so until then, I'm Kevin O'Connor.
I'm Rich Trethewey.
To This Old House here in Charleston, South Carolina. Next time on This Old House. Big day for us here in Charleston, South Carolina as we turn one of these houses over to our homeowners.
I love it.
You guys have definitely put your mark on this place, and I want to see more of it with you.
Sure.
But I first want to see the mark we put on the backyard as well.
Absolutely.
So enjoy.
Okay.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Okay. This. Love it.
And look at this bathroom. Wow, this is beautiful. A bathing room, shower, great, all behind glass.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.